Did you know that some of the most popular gas stations have been caught watering down their fuel, leading to engine failures and costly repairs for car owners? Sounds unbelievable, right? Most of us trust that the fuel we pump is exactly what it's supposed to be, but what if I told you that's not always true? The truth might shock you. Here's the thing. What mechanics and gas station brands don't want you to know is that contaminated fuel, especially when it's watered down, can severely damage your car, leading to thousands of dollars in repair costs. And let's be real, you're working hard for your money. Why should you have to pay for someone else's negligence? In this video, we're going to reveal 6 gas stations caught watering down their fuel and how you can protect your car from these hidden dangers, saving you thousands in repair bills. Stick around until the end to uncover 6 shocking mistakes car owners make when dealing with fuel problems and how you can avoid them. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more eye-opening content that puts money back in your pocket. Let's dive in and find out how you can protect your car from these dangerous practices. Section 1. Amoco, Clayton County, Georgia, 2025. Most people think that buying premium fuel from a trusted brand like Amoco guarantees quality and protection for their engine. You've probably been told that big-name stations maintain their equipment properly and would never let contaminated fuel reach your tank. But here's the dirty secret. Even trusted brands can have serious contamination issues, and when they do, it's your wallet that takes the hit. In Clayton County, Georgia, an Amoco station was caught with 4 inches of water sitting in their premium fuel tanks. That's not a small amount of condensation. That's negligence. The water went completely undetected by station management, and vehicles that filled up at this location suffered engine misfires, rough idling, and total breakdowns within miles of leaving the pump. According to Fox 5 Atlanta's investigation, one customer's Mercedes-Benz had to undergo approximately $2,900 in repairs due to fuel contamination after a single fill-up at this Amoco location. The water destroyed the fuel filter, contaminated the injectors, and caused the fuel pump to work overtime trying to push water through the system. Bottom line, this wasn't wear and tear. This was catastrophic damage from a preventable problem. Instead, you should fill up at stations that maintain high traffic volume and implement regular tank cleaning schedules. Look for signs of slow fuel pumping, which can indicate contamination or sediment buildup in the tanks. Check online reviews specifically mentioning fuel quality issues before you commit to a station. This approach reduces your risk of fuel contamination by over 80%, according to automotive industry data. You'll protect your fuel system, components which can cost $2,500 or more to replace, and you'll maintain your vehicle's performance and fuel efficiency. But if that shocked you, wait until you hear what happened at a budget fuel chain in Ohio, where the contamination levels were even worse. Section 2. Arco, Wilmington, Ohio, 2025. You've probably been told that Arco offers great value and that their lower prices don't mean lower quality. Your budget-conscious friends might swear by these stations, claiming they've never had problems. But here's the kicker. In Wilmington, Ohio, Arco fuel was tested and found to be 70% water. That's not a typo. 70%. At that point, you're not even buying gasoline anymore. You're paying gasoline prices for what's essentially contaminated water. This led to engine stalling, complete misfires, and total breakdowns for multiple vehicles. One car stalled after driving just 1 mile from the station. According to Live 5 News reports, vehicle owners faced repair bills averaging $1,600 to get their cars running again. The water contamination destroyed fuel filters within minutes, sent water straight into the injectors, and caused severe corrosion in fuel lines. And let's be real, when your car breaks down a mile from the gas station, you know exactly where the problem started. The simple fix is to fill up at stations with high fuel turnover rates. High-traffic stations cycle through their fuel supply quickly, which means less time for water accumulation and contamination. Additionally, use a quality fuel additive designed to neutralize water and filter out contaminants. Products containing isopropanol can absorb small amounts of water and safely burn it off during combustion. You'll extend your fuel system's lifespan by years and avoid the $2,500 cost of replacing fuel pumps and injectors. A fuel system flush costs $200 to $500, but that's pennies compared to full component replacement. Vehicles like the Toyota Corolla and Honda Civic, which are designed for longevity and high mileage, are especially vulnerable because their owners expect reliability and rarely anticipate fuel-related failures. And if contaminated budget fuel is bad, the next station on our list takes it to another level entirely. Section 3. Circle K, Robinson, Texas, 2024. Most people think convenience stores with gas stations are regulated the same way as dedicated fuel stations, and that Circle K, being a national chain, maintains consistent quality standards across all locations. But here's the truth. In Robinson, Texas, a Circle K location was caught selling fuel contaminated with approximately 604 gallons of water. That's not accidental condensation from temperature changes, that's systemic failure. Multiple vehicles broke down within 5 to 10 miles of filling up, and car owners were left stranded on Texas highways in summer heat. According to KXXV News investigation, affected car owners faced repair costs averaging $2,000 per vehicle. The contaminated fuel damaged fuel filters, injectors, and fuel lines. One BMW 328i owner described how their car started sputtering immediately after leaving the station, followed by a complete loss of power on the highway. The repair shop found water throughout the entire fuel system, requiring a complete flush and replacement of multiple components. Here's what the pros actually do. They choose high-traffic gas stations with modern underground storage tanks and updated fuel pumps. They also invest in fuel additives that can neutralize water and prevent corrosion. These additives cost $10 to $20 per bottle and can treat multiple tanks of gas. This simple habit prevents catastrophic fuel system damage and saves you thousands in emergency repairs. A fuel system replacement could set you back $1,500 to $3,000, while choosing a reliable station costs you nothing extra. Vehicles with complex direct injection fuel systems like modern BMWs and Audis are particularly vulnerable because their high-pressure injectors can't tolerate any water contamination. If you're finding this information valuable, hit that like button to help other car owners discover these truths. You won't believe what secret number 4 reveals about another major fuel brand caught in the same trap. Section 4. Valero, Lamarck, Texas, 2024. You've probably been told that Valero is one of the most reliable fuel brands in the country, and that their quality control procedures prevent contamination issues. The truth is, even major brands with strong reputations aren't immune to selling water-contaminated fuel when local management fails to maintain proper oversight. In Lamarck, Texas, a Valero station sold contaminated fuel that resulted in engine failures for dozens of customers. The contamination occurred after heavy rainfall when water infiltrated underground storage tanks that hadn't been properly sealed. According to my San Antonio's coverage, customers at this station faced repair costs averaging $3,510. That's more than many people's entire monthly income. The repairs included replacing fuel pumps at $800 to $1,200, cleaning or replacing injectors at $1,500 to $2,000, and replacing fuel filters and lines. One Ford F-150 owner described how their truck, which they used for their construction business, was out of commission for 2 weeks while waiting for parts and repairs. Instead, you should check weather conditions before filling up, especially during or after heavy rain or flooding. Avoid stations in flood-prone areas during severe weather. Additionally, install a high-quality fuel filter as an added layer of protection. Some aftermarket. Filters can catch water and debris before they reach your engine. You'll maintain your vehicle's reliability and avoid losing income from downtime. For commercial vehicles and work trucks like the Ford F-150 and Chevy Silverado, which are used for towing and heavy-duty work, fuel contamination can mean lost business revenue on top of repair costs. These trucks have fuel systems designed for durability, but water contamination can still cause $3,000 or more in damage. But before we move on, the next 2 examples show that this problem isn't isolated to one region or one type of station. Section 5. Shell, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, 2024. Most people think Shell, being one of the largest and most recognizable fuel brands globally, has foolproof quality control systems that prevent contamination at every location. But here's what they don't tell you. A Shell station in Baton Rouge, Louisiana was discovered selling fuel contaminated with water and sediment after Hurricane Francine caused flooding in the area. The station's underground tanks had compromised seals that allowed floodwater to seep in, but the station continued operating for 3 days before the contamination was reported by multiple customers with vehicle failures. Our research into local news reports and customer complaints showed that approximately 45 vehicles were affected, with repair costs ranging from $1,200 to $4,500 depending on the extent of damage. One Nissan Altima owner reported that their car began shaking violently just 2 miles from the station, and when they took it to a mechanic, the fuel tank was drained and found to contain murky, water-filled gasoline. The mechanic said it was some of the worst fuel contamination he'd seen in 20 years. The simple fix is to avoid filling up at any station immediately after natural disasters or severe weather events. Underground storage tanks can be compromised during flooding, and water infiltration takes time to detect. Wait 3 to 5 days after major weather events before using stations in affected areas. Also, if you must fill up during this time, use fuel system cleaners immediately to help disperse any water. This saves you thousands in potential repairs and keeps your vehicle operational when you need it most. Post-disaster vehicle breakdowns can leave you stranded when public transportation is limited and emergency services are overwhelmed. Vehicles with turbocharged engines like the Volkswagen GTI or Ford EcoBoost models are especially sensitive to fuel quality because their high-performance fuel systems can't tolerate contamination. Subscribe to the channel now and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on more money-saving automotive insights. And if you thought natural disasters were the only cause, wait until you hear about the final station on our list. Section 6. Marathon, Columbus, Ohio, 2024. You've probably been told that marathon stations are locally owned and operated with better oversight than large corporate chains, and that smaller operations care more about their reputation in the community. Here's the kicker. In Columbus, Ohio, a marathon station was shut down by state regulators after routine testing revealed that their regular unleaded fuel contained 28% water by volume. This wasn't discovered by customer complaints or vehicle breakdowns. It was caught during a random inspection, which means it had likely been happening for weeks or months before detection. How many vehicles were damaged before someone finally tested the fuel? According to state petroleum inspection records, the contamination was traced to a cracked underground storage tank that had been leaking for an estimated 6 to 8 weeks. The Ohio Department of Agriculture's Fuel Quality Division issued citations and required complete tank replacement before the station could reopen. Several customers who had filled up at this location reported repair costs averaging $2,200, with some high-end vehicles requiring over $5,000 in repairs. Here's what the pros actually do. They research whether a station has been cited for fuel quality violations. Most states maintain public databases of fuel quality inspections and violations. Before committing to a regular station, spend 5 minutes checking if they have a history of problems. Additionally, pay attention to your vehicle's performance immediately after filling up. If you notice rough idling, hesitation, or check engine lights within a few miles, pull over and get your fuel tested. You'll extend your engine's life by decades and avoid being the person who discovers a contamination problem the hard way. This proactive approach costs you nothing but saves you from catastrophic engine damage. Luxury vehicles like the Mercedes-Benz C-Class and BMW 3 Series have fuel systems that cost $4,000 to $6,000 to repair when contaminated because of their complex direct injection systems and expensive components. Bottom line, knowledge is your best defense against these preventable disasters. As we've seen today, contaminated fuel can severely damage your vehicle, costing you thousands in repairs and leaving you stranded when you least expect it. But by choosing the right gas stations, staying informed about weather conditions, and being proactive about fuel quality, you can protect your car and your wallet. Don't let watered-down fuel cost you thousands in repairs. Take these simple steps. Fill up at high-traffic stations, avoid stations during severe weather, check state inspection databases, and pay attention to your vehicle's immediate performance after refueling. Hit like if you found this breakdown useful and subscribe to the channel now. I'll continue to guide you through the real facts of car maintenance, saving you thousands. Thanks for watching, and remember, preventing problems is always cheaper than fixing them. Knowledge is power, and now you're armed with the truth. I'm